so guilty.
What's good, guys? It's your girl Fats. Hope you guys are well. Today we have a special guest all the way from Tanzania, Zanzibar. He's a DJ, he's a producer. Some of you guys might have recognized him DJing at 6 Degrees. Others might have recognized him bringing the vibes at Full Moon Party in Kendall Rocks. I'm joined with DJ Cartel. Hey.
Hi. How are you? It's an honor to be
great.
here.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm very blessed. I'm appreciative of everything.
How's your morning been?
Hectic. Yeah, I could say totally hectic. Yeah.
Are you one of those people that you're always on the go, like you're always on your feet?
Yeah, actually, I only get recently. I think since the year started, I've only had less sleep, and I'm walking more. So it's been really crazy. Yeah.
Booked and busy.
Yeah, you can say it like that.
But blessed.
Yeah, blessed always.
So, of course, you've been doing this for a very long time. Like, you've come a very long way. When was that moment where you realized, you know what, this is my lane. Like, I want to take DJing very seriously?
I mean, as you said, I started off way young. So I can say I had my the first thing that made me got into the DJ career was kind of a funny story when I started off that way. Because I never expected in my life to be a DJ.
Really?
Never. Like, I was always into music. Like, I really liked music since when I was young. And I think when I finished school, I was, my first computer at home. I was getting songs and all that. And majority of people were coming to me just to grab songs from me. So one guy literally came and he had the DJ setup and everything. He was doing like picnic parties for the locals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like, you want to come through? I was like, yeah. Because I was always that type of guy that's always inside of the house. So I was a bit antisocial,
Yeah.
So we stayed on and he took me there. And I think the first time he actually made me jump on the decks. He told me how to press play and mix and all that. It was crazy. It wasn't that good, but I got into it.
That's great to hear. So, like, of course, we all know, like, your name's not DJ Cartel, but what made you come up with the name Cartel as your stage name?
Another funny story. So the guy that hooked me up, because I always used to listen to Latino songs, like reggaeton and all that. Yeah, so Daddy Yankee was like my favorite artist back in the days, till now. So I always used to rap to the lyrics without even knowing, but I could get the pronunciation a little bit right. So people were like always calling me Daddy Yankee and all that. But then I saw his record label, which says El Cartel Records. So I started calling the cartel and myself. Whenever people come, they'll be like, go to cartel. And that's when the name popped off.
That's so crazy. So, like, obviously in this generation, we know that you can monetize anything. When you first started, did you did you have doubts from family or friends that, perhaps you could do something else? Maybe get into becoming a doctor, a lawyer? Like, what was their reaction when they said that you wanted to be a DJ?
I had that. Yeah, I did have that. But on my side, I could say I'm really thankful that the first thing my parents actually, when I told them that I wanted to get into this career, because, Zanzibar is a religious country itself, and I'm a born Muslim. So I went to them as a normal kid would do, and I told them, like, I want to pursue this career. And they were like, it's fine with us. The generation or the people around you will judge you, but it's not about that. It's about if you see a future in this situation, then go for it. But I had the same lectures any Zanzibari would have from their parents. They were like, as long as you don't do 3 things, which is drugs and all that, just maintain yourself. And I was like, yeah. So, I've been keeping that promise till then.
When it comes to being a creative in Tanzania, we've seen a lot of growth, a lot of progress in the creative scene. So we've seen a lot of podcasters, content creators, male and female DJs like making moves. Do you still think that there's still a lack of opportunities? Like, what is missing in the creative scene?
Actually, I've had a recent conversation with one of the people who are like getting into this career and all that. They were like, oh, it's very tough to be a Tanzanian, in general, Tanzanian DJs and pop off, be famous and all that. And I told him, like, by the end of the day, it's all about branding. The more famous DJs that we see nowadays, you can take it even in European countries. You can see a lot of DJs with a lot of talent, but they don't pop off. They're not Insta famous or TikTok famous. So I say it like that. You gotta have the right people to push you and to get the connects to get you in a further stage that you want to be in life. It's all about commitment. Never give up.
Yeah, because you've been doing this since school, haven't you?
Yeah, I think the first year when I finished school, I went to college, but then
Yeah.
I got my degree and all that. But I struggled for like 6 months trying to get a job. But then I got into the career business. It didn't start off really good, payment wise, but
Yeah.
you know, it took off.
Have you had any bad moments or challenges, during your journey, being a DJ in Tanzania? Like, was there any bad moment where you had, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be doing this? Like, did it set you back a little bit?
Yeah, I did several times,
Really?
several. But I would say it was in the beginning.
Okay.
But it made me who I am. The challenges made me who I am today.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So obviously, I want to say massive congratulations because you had
Thank you.
one of the best highlights last year. Like, you got to DJ for Gabriel Union and Dwayne Johnson. That's
Yes.
major. Like,
Yeah.
what was that moment like for you? And like, was you nervous? What did you guys even talk about?
Oh, I was nervous. I was nervous the whole way because I got the gig from a friend. So
Oh,
he's the one
okay.
who hooked me up. Yeah, his name is DJ Moma. He's from
Oh,
United States too. He does his parties called Everyday People all around the world. So shout out to Big Moma. That's what I call him. He's the big brother. And
yeah,
he linked me up with them. And he went. I was nervous because every day I was calling him and texting him like, what kind of music are they into? Like, I don't want to mess this up. These are like dope people. These are like my icons, and I don't want to mess it. I've been watching Gabriel's movies for like a long time, bro. And
yeah.
Dwayne, he's like the goat and all that. So I got crazy, but it was nice.
So what was the conversation? Like, what did you guys talk about?
We had a lot of things. I mean, we talked about it. The first conversation, it started off like I got to meet the woman who was in charge of the event.
Mm,
Yeah, she was a very humble woman, and she told me all the details. And when I met them, they came through. We had a nice conversation. They gave me the idea of their party. It was a themed party.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I need to do my research because they wanted like 80s dope music, and I was like, shit, I wasn't even born in the 80s, so how am I gonna do this? But I think 2 weeks before they even arrived in Zanzibar, I did my research. I went on YouTube, like all the videos, looked up their early birthdays that they celebrated, kind
Mm.
of looked for 1, 2 songs that they were playing on the clubs on their birthday, and I was like, let me do my research on that. So it really helped me because I didn't expect it the way when I started playing, like they vibe with the music that I was doing.
And they were vibing, right?
100%. I
Yeah.
was scared, but the first because it was a 2-day event. So the first one was in a private
Oh,
island
okay.
in Zanzibar. They booked the whole area, and
Yeah.
I'm the one who connected. So I would say like I was the main guy here because I worked with a tour company in Zanzibar,
Yeah.
which is called the Sam Tours. It's really picking up right now. Shout
Yeah.
out to
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
because they made everything possible.
Yeah.
So we arranged the whole scenery, and they wanted the African vibe, you know, like they're in Tanzania. They should know that they should feel the cultural stuff and the local stuff. So they got what they wanted. Yeah.
That's amazing. So you also got to meet Costa Titch before he sadly passed away. What kind of advice did he give you when it came to your journey? What was the conversation that you guys had?
I'm not gonna lie, that thing kind of like tore me down when I found out. But
Mm,
the one thing that it made me realize, like, first of all, like life is too short.
yeah.
Because the plans that I had with the guy was nobody knew about it because it was on the low, but it was a dope plan that's gonna be a future for me. Because the
Yeah.
first time I met him, he was in Canberra Rocks as when he came to Zanzibar, and
Mm,
when he came on the stage with his DJs, there were other DJs who were gonna be performing that day, but
yeah.
apparently it's another funny story. Just reminiscing on it,
Yeah.
I went with a deck and a mixer to set it up, my own, but then it didn't work. So we
Oh.
had to return the whole setup that was supposed to be for Costa's performance. But what happened now when all the other DJs thought the decks weren't working, they just left the stage while Costa was coming to the stage. So I was the only guy who was trying to plug in the decks and set it up for them. And the first thing he comes up to me is like, "Hi," and I was like, "Hi." He's like, "Are you the sound engineer?" I was like, "Nah, I'm the DJ." Then he's like, "Why are you setting up?" And I was like, "Bro, I'm trying to help." And he calls his DJ like, "I like this guy," and I was like, "Bro, this is an honor for me, dude." So we took off on the right foot, and we had a lot of conversation when he was backstage. It was very humbling, because when I look at him, I saw myself in one way.
Yeah.
Because he's very humble, no matter like he's reached the stage of being a star, but he's very humbling.
Yeah, it's hard to find that these days, isn't it?
Trust me, I've worked with a lot of artists. People don't know that, like Tanzanian artists, like back in the days, I've worked with Diamond. Like before he like went platinum.
Yeah.
As his name, Diamond Platinum. Before he went platinum, I was working. I worked with him like 2-3 times. Yeah.
So do you see like the difference before when people first start off to where they are right now and things like that? Yeah.
To be honest, that's my biggest fear. Whenever I meet people, like just conversating with people, they'll be like, "Oh, you've got a lot of followers and all that, but you're very different." I've had that in the past couple of years. People be asking me like, "Oh, when we DM you, you respond?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because this life isn't who I am. The social media life. I gotta stay what I am always, because if I change that, then I'm gonna change myself."
You know those moments that you had last year, you know, the highlights, did it make you feel like, you know what, all the times that you felt like you wanted to give up, you're glad that you didn't give up?
Oh yeah, every day. Because I didn't expect myself to DJ for people like that. Like even meeting Costa, meeting other artists and all that, it's actually a progress for me, a real-time progress. And me meeting even like right now, I got fans. I never expected to have fans in my life. So
sure, you know, you're a very handsome guy, and of course,
now you're trying to make a man blush. All right.
No, I'm just saying you're a very handsome guy, and of course your fan base, your supporters are females, they're women. You know, how are you able to resist temptation whilst being a DJ and balance a relationship?
That's a very, very good question. I think it's all about how you are grown up. Because I grew up with I won't say they all bash it in a bad way, but I grew up with a single mother. So it made me appreciate women more. My own mother was always telling me, like, respect women every day before even I got into this career. But at the same time, it's very tough. I can say it that way. Because I've been in those and they never worked out. It's always people judging me because of that. And the temptation always comes and goes. I'm not going to lie about it. But I feel like to the women in Zanzibar, I can say it in general, they feel like I'm acting like the posh guy because I don't give them that much attention because I'm all about the money. I'm not going to lie about that. So when I'm at work, I'm a very serious and committed guy to my work. Because if I mess up my work, it ruins my reputation and my career. So my work comes first, and whoever else comes second. That's how I put it. But I didn't start off that way. Like back in the days, I was always putting the women first, and then not like women when I say women with the E, one woman, but it did work out apparently by the end of the day.
That's crazy. But like you said, like being a DJ, it comes with a lot. And of course, a lot of the times you work at night. Like, has it been hard or challenging, like reminding your significant other or your partner, like, you know, this is my job, like, and this is what comes with it?
Oh, yeah. But the funny story about that, so I was committed, like deep down committed. Like I actually had a ring on my finger.
Oh,
yeah, it's not a lot of people know about it. So even my fans.
So you was married?
Yep, for 3 years. Yeah, but it didn't work out because I felt like I was the one being the woman, and the woman was being the guy in the relationship. Because I was always the one, like literally, when I'm off work, let's say around 2 a.m., 5 minutes. If I get a phone call at 2 a.m. sharp, like you need to be home. 3 minutes, I'm back in the house. But when it came to my significant other at the moment, like when I tell her like maybe she's out, I'm like, yo, I'm giving you like 15 minutes. Which could you come back home? It's always gonna be like, oh, blah blah blah. And it was always, I feel like the jealousy. So the temptation, I was trying myself to get away from the temptation, but it was always the rumors around me and the jealousy of the woman. So that in general made me realize, like, I need to. When it didn't work out, it hurt, but at the same time, I was like, I need to lay back low and try to concentrate on myself first, because love and all the relationship situation will come on later when you get the right person at the right time. So for me, it was like, I need to concentrate on myself first, because that was the only way that I would say I healed from all the drama and the stress that happened. So the music was the only thing that was healing me in the career. That's why I'm
Interesting.
very committed, and I'm really happy. Like, since 2022, my career like went from here, it went up.
Yeah, you can
Because I
see
put
as
my full
well.
attention. Yeah.
That's great
So
to
I'm
hear.
very thankful. Yeah. But the temptation is there. I'm not gonna lie. But I control myself all the time.
So speaking of temptations, does that mean your DMs be popping from time to time? Like, do you get some DMs where you're like, you know what, I'm not sure if I should be answering that. I'm gonna get into big trouble. Like, what's been your wildest DMs?
Oh yeah, I've had that. I used to use the ask me a question on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I do that maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. And the funniest question that ever popped up was, I don't know, I don't remember if it was a lady. I didn't look up the account, but she literally asked me like she wanted to have my baby. And I had to share it by laughing. And I was like, yo, this must be a joke, because ain't no way somebody would ask me something like this.
So what was your reaction? What did you say back?
I got shook. I was like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Like, this is new. Even though I've been a DJ for a couple of years, but this is definitely new. Like, I never expected somebody. I was like, what's going literally, man, like, what's going on with women nowadays, bro? Like, this is a dude is supposed to be asking you these kind of questions in the DM.
Yeah, because there's this perception where like all the artists or DJs in the industry are players. Is that true?
Apparently, that's actually true, because I'm not going to bash anybody, but I've met a lot of DJs that do that kind of lifestyle. A lot. A lot. Especially in main general of Tanzania, because I won't talk about other countries, but I'm going to speak about Tanzania. A lot of, like, you only find a few of us who don't do some stuff like that. And I think because most of us, we don't drink or do drugs mostly, which are like maybe in Zanzibar, we say, which are only like a few of us, like maybe 3. So that helps, because, going back to what my mother and my father told me when I told them I wanted to be a DJ, they were like, don't involve yourself into drugs and all that. So I feel like that influence itself makes you do something that you might end up regretting the next day.
Oh, wow. That's,
Yeah.
yeah. Would you
Which is
say you're
very
loyal
weird.
then?
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to say it and show off, but of course, deep down, I know myself. I could be fully committed. But the bad thing about it, when you're being fully committed in today's world, people are the one who are going to end up hurting you, from my experience. So, yeah, that's why.
Interesting. What are some of your red flags when it comes to doing a set? Like something that's like a no-no for you, like something that
Okay,
puts you off.
I've had those, but now I don't have them anymore. Back then, it was a red flag for me. Was, the people who come with weird requests, and they like come up to you more than 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and you get like really pissed off. Like, yo, I told you. And I'm the type of person, like, when you come and ask for a song, I'll end up playing it for you. But I gotta look at the right time where I'm gonna put that song.
Yeah.
Because everybody, in my perspective, everybody has a right to get what they want to hear. If I got it, then I'll definitely play it for you. But you don't need to rush me. Like, as a DJ, there's something called the BPM, the beat tempo of the music. So let's say I'm playing house music at a beach party. Somebody might come up to you and say they want an R&B song. And I've had those, like, a woman comes up to you like directly, like, play it now. Okay, I'll play it for you. But play it now. So for me, I feel like working at Canberra Rocks and other places, the distance they put a DJ apart from the crowd.
Yeah.
That made my fear or my red flags go away, because you're safe, like you're in a safe zone, like, oh, cool, nobody's gonna disturb me. I'll do my set properly without any disturbance, and everybody who's here, they will enjoy it no matter what.
Love that. So obviously, I think people's perception, or some people's perception, is like, oh, like being a DJ is just all about getting a laptop and just get a mixture and that's it. But there's more to it than just that. Like, what does a DJ and being a creative mean to you?
I feel like technology is making a lot of things easy nowadays. Like, as they say, or as you look it up online, a lot of people say like the same thing. You just gotta have a laptop and a DJ controller. But I grew up in the generation of CD players. So back then it was really tough. Like, you want to mix a song, it would take you a lot. Like, you gotta learn how to mix with your ear.
Yeah.
So even the generation that I'm working with right now, the most of the DJ that I get to do sets with, who are from Zanzibar, not from Tanzania, just in Zanzibar in general, they grew up in the same generation. So they know, and I would say we all know that you can be a DJ when you get a laptop and a mixer, but it's all about your creative side. Because let's say I got a set with a DJ from here in Zanzibar, which are like my homies and all that. I could be on the same thing. You could give us the same folder of the song, but everybody's gonna go at it differently.
Yeah.
And in Zanzibar in general, the DJs here, like, I don't know if I could say like it's in London or somewhere, people are not committed to one genre. So that helps us a lot in Zanzibar or in Tanzania in general. Because when you go to Europe, it's like a DJ just plays house music.
Yeah.
But for us, and speaking of house music, most of the famous and people who feel like DJing is easy, they're the ones who always play like house music always. Because house music is like easy to play with and mix with. You just got to put up the song, cut this song up, it's done. But for us, we got to be more technical with our stuff. Because we play a lot of genres. Like, I remember when dubstep came out, I used to play dubstep in the club. I don't know where that genre ended up on, but I used to play dubstep.
That's amazing. So, of course, you mentioned earlier, like, we always see the glitz and glam on social media, and you know, people probably looking at your page thinking, "Wow, DJ Cartel has made it. He's making money."
Yeah,
but really, what's the reality of it? Like, has it always been like that? It hasn't really always been like that, has it?
Nah, but I'm lucky and blessed enough to say that when I was on my down lowest time, nobody knew it. I feel like I grew up with parents that made me realize, like, whatever you're going through, do not let the outside world know.
Ooh,
so there was a time like I literally dropped down in life, but nobody, even my friends or even people around me, knew that I dropped down. Like having depression and all of that stuff. You know, so it was really tough for me. But as I said, the music was the only thing that healed me. So even when I was going through the depression, my lowest time, when I had a gig, I pushed myself to go there. Yeah. So it was good. But even when it comes to the money wise inside, it's all about, I think, like, I talk to a lot of upcoming DJs and I tell them, like, there were only a couple of DJs back in the days in Zanzibar. The known ones are actually like old right now. So for me, it was only me and another guy, I think, and there were only other few guys. But I told one of my friends, like, we kind of made it easy for the upcoming generations. Whether you guys, we're not, I'm not gonna brag about it, but we made it because when I started to DJ, you're getting paid like way less than how you could be making it right now. So I'm like, we should be thankful. It's not about you should be thankful to us, but we all in general should be thankful. Like, the career and the motivation, or maybe the influence of DJs is appreciated in Zanzibar right now. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I'm happy where I am, to be honest.
That's amazing. So what advice do you have for any up and coming DJs that want to do what you do?
Never give up, first of all. There's always going to be challenges. Always. And there's always going to be people who put you down. Whether it comes to you going to work and not getting paid, whether it comes to, that happens. It might break you down, be like, oh, it's not going to work out for me. Whether you getting challenges at your sets, getting drunk people coming at you, like messing up your whole mood. But it's always about you yourself. As for myself right now, I take myself, whenever I go to a gig, I always got to be positive on my mindset. So whatever is negative, even if maybe I'm coming out of town, if something happened on the road, when I get on the decks, I take that all away and blur it out and put my positivity side ahead of me.
That's
Because
amazing.
if you're positive, it's gonna make your work easy and make the people appreciate what you do.
Yeah,
So
that's
always
true.
stay positive and never give up. Challenges are always gonna be there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, what's next for Cartel? What have you got going on? What are you working on at the moment? Let us know.
I, I've had my brother who actually helped me out in my career. He lives in Germany right now. He's an
Okay.
MC, but he's the one who pushed me. Because when I was about on my lowest downtown in the beginning and I wanted to give up, the guy was like, never give up. And he's always like, for 3 years right now, he's always been like motivating me, like, you need to do something for yourself. You need to do this and do this. So I'm always like, but then after the Gabriel thing happened, like, now is your time. So I
Yeah.
was like, cool. It was like, do something for yourself, just as you. Not like you're at Campbell Rocks or something. You need to come up with your own ideas of doing your own events. So I'm happy enough to say we're planning that at the moment.
Oh,
Like
okay.
a
So you're planning
specific,
on
just my own event.
DJ Cartel events.
Yeah,
Oh, it could
yeah.
be like
Hopefully
DJ
it works
Cartel
out.
events and friends, maybe. You know.
Exactly. You got my idea, yeah. And the reason why I want to do it is because I have a lot of DJ friends in Zanzibar
Mm.
who are. So let's be real. In Tanzania in general, the DJs that are famously known are the ones in the mainland. And as I
Mm.
said earlier, it's all about the marketing and the branding. But
Mm.
I see a lot of DJs in Zanzibar who are way, I'm not going to bash like way better, but they can do the same exact things, but they don't have the enough publicity for them to be
Mm.
there. So my idea was like, my friend was like, do it for yourself. You should do your own. I was like, why don't I do it by myself, but have the people that I know are good at it too?
Mm.
So it's gonna end up being the same thing as you mentioned, me and the friends. Because once I do it and we all push one another, we're gonna get to a stage like we're gonna brand our own selves without having the help of other people. And that's my biggest aim. Because my biggest thing is that I'm never gonna be here forever. First of
Mm.
all, life is too short, but at the same time, there's always the end of your career. Somebody younger will come after you.
Mm.
So I'm always trying to get. It's an investment, to be honest. So I'm trying to get the younger generation be like, even if they reach a stage, I'll be like, we're gonna do business. I'll be like maybe a promoter or something like that.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Is there anything that you would like to do like for the young up and coming talent other than events? Is there anything else that you want to
yeah.
do?
So I've had an idea of bringing up a company, hopefully, or even just a website to start it off, of getting the people, not just the DJs, but the photographers, dancers, the influencers in Zanzibar. Like, let's say people who come from abroad or somebody might need a live band. They need a
Mm.
dancer for their events. I want to be the one, hopefully, works out the person that they reach out to and have agreements with. Because a lot of dancers or some people who are in the talent game in Zanzibar do not get what they should be getting when it comes to their
Mm.
work. So I want to be the guy that's going to be like fighting for them, you know? Like if you want to book them, I give you a proper contract to work with them. So if you mess
Oh,
it up, we're gonna go to the law and get things worked out.
I love that. So I want
Yeah,
to say thank you so much, Cartel, for
no
coming
worries.
to my
It's
platform. I
been
really
an honor.
appreciate
It's
it.
been an honor. It's been an honor, trust me. Although it's gonna be a long day, but it's been. I've been trying my best. Hopefully you got the full video because that internet was messing up the whole
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah, yeah. I got it all. I got it all. But any last
Thank you.
words? Where can they find you? Where are you at right now as well?
Oh, I'm in Nungwi right now at a hotel, and they
Okay.
have a private event today, so I came here.
And you're
One
going
of
to be
my
doing your set
friends
today as well.
hooked me. Yeah, it's gonna be like a private set. It's for the stuff, I think. I'm doing something for
Oh,
the stuff today. Yeah.
amazing. So any last words? Where can they find you?
I'll be back because luckily for me, I'm gonna take a big time break right now due
Oh,
to
okay.
Ramadan.
Yeah.
So I'm trying my best to be off social media a lot during
Mm-hmm.
Ramadan time. But then
Yeah.
after Ramadan, I'll be back. I think I have the full moon. I have 6 degrees after Ramadan. I have other places. I was planning on traveling on January, but it didn't work out. But I think I might travel again in May or June. I was supposed to be in Ethiopia, so hopefully if that works out, one of my favorite places to DJ.
Amazing.
So hopefully they'll find me. They'll definitely find me. And if they're in Zanzibar, you always find me in Zanzibar. I go to every spot.
Amazing. We love that. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much. I hope you
Thank you.
do have an amazing set, and we should see you very
Likewise.
soon.
I hope you have an amazing day, to be honest. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
And last word, you're beautiful too. Just got to lay it out to you. So we're going to have that conversation in a future live video reaction situation.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. You're welcome.
Well, thank you. And we should see you very soon. Have a lovely day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.